Okay, so welcome to another episode. Today, we're going to talk about WWE's event that they had in Saudi Arabia on Friday, April 27th, 2018. It was called the greatest Royal Rumble ever. Was it? Was it even a pay per view? There was a. Some. It was. I'll say this. It was. The card itself was pretty well put together. I mean, a lot of those matches could have been on a WrestleMania, arguably, that just passed. So I'm gonna for this. I'm just gonna break down, just briefly go over each important match, and then, as usual, I'll give you the lowdown on what the clues are and what it means and where they go forward after this. So as you know, and as I always say, every time I have to do one of these episodes, I can't play any footage of the event because YouTube will strike the video within 3 seconds and it'll be blocked. So if you're familiar with my channel, I will do a picture by picture. It works pretty well. If I voice it well, it looks pretty good and it comes off well. So, like I said, we're just gonna briefly go over a few matches, and we'll go over the important matches in detail. So let's begin with, now, WWE treated this event, at least they sold it off as a pay per view rather than a network special. But I think this was a special event. And it was in Saudi Arabia. It started at noon Eastern Time, 9 o'clock West Coast. I don't know how many people actually saw it live. The replay was at 5 o'clock. And can we stop with these damn long shows? 6 hours? Who's got time to watch wrestling for 6 hours? Who wants to watch wrestling for 6 hours? It's wrestling. The WWE is trying to copy the Super Bowl, or now the NBA playoffs, the finals, where they have these long, boring pre-show panels, and then they have the actual show, and then they have the post-game show. Give me a break. I don't want to hear it. Okay, I don't want to hear, especially from WWE, about wrestling. Can't we go back to the 3 hour shows? I mean, it was only like yesterday that we'd have this from 7:30 to 8. We'd have the kickoff show, which used to be the a low card match, and then from 8 to about 10:30, 10:45, 11, we'd actually have the show. I don't want to sit and have to be glued in front of my computer for 5 hours. And listen, I've stopped watching these things live anyway. I watched replays, and I did the same thing for this. I went back. I didn't watch it. I went back and I cherry picked matches and I briefly skimmed through it. But anyway, it started off with Triple H, the world's greatest wrestling genius, the future of WWE, against John Cena, the greatest of all time. Give me a break. Get lost. Why? What was this, a filler match? John Cena versus Triple H. Why? Why this match? Why this matchup? Besides Triple H having to pick an opponent because he wants to always be in the spotlight. What, is he getting soft in his old age? He's not gonna bury any young talent. Same thing with Cena. So you have arguably two of the biggest funeral directors in the history of wrestling, and I mean that by burying them. I'm burying people. These two own cemeteries. They own dozens of cemeteries between Triple H and Cena. Yeah, sorry about that, because like I said, I can't play the damn live video. But these two are trash. They suck. John Cena's is finished. He's getting ready to go to Hollywood. He got a foot out the door. He broke up with his fiance, if that's what she really was. Just crap. Who cares? Who cares about this match? Really? Who cares? I don't want to see Triple H in a ring. Although that's what he did now. He's wormed his way into the Undertaker. He's trying to worm his way into the Undertaker spot at WrestleMania, because eventually when the Undertaker leaves, has to finally retire and can't go to Triple H is going to worm his way into that spot every year. Where I know how he thinks. He wants to have that slot, that Undertaker slot in WrestleMania, where he's going to battle all the legends every year. His match is going to be the match to behold. No, I doubt it. And then Cena, at the end, he gets the pin. Who cares? He finally won a match this year. Then he has to tell the crowd it was an honor and privilege doing his ambassador crap and everything that's going on in his personal life. Who cares? Nobody, even in the United States, nobody cares about you and Nikki Bella. This isn't. You're not the Hollywood A couple, okay? You're not even the best couple in WWE. So who cares? So they had the cruiserweight title match. Alexander defeated Kalisto. It was okay, I guess. I'm not interested in the cruiserweights. When WWE gets serious about them, maybe I'll get serious about them. Then they had the vacant Raw Tag Team Championship with Woken Matt and Woken Bray Wyatt against the former champions, The Bar. I knew this. If I knew right, this, you had to know that Hardy and Wyatt were going to get the belts here. They get good ratings. Vince McMahon obviously loves the woken broken gimmick, and I've said it previously. A little tweak to Bray Wyatt would do wonders. And look, it's done right. I'm not gonna brag, but I've been pretty much dead on about a lot of things, almost everything, in the last 3 months. And when I say something, everybody rolls their eyes. I'm crazy. Frank's crazy. Frank lost his mind. But just go back to and listen to any of my footage. You can't argue with me. Listen, that's the only reason why I do this. Wrestling is one thing that I know good. Well, okay? I don't even like it too much these days. But I do it to give reviews and give analysis and insights, because I understand it well, I guess. But moving on, this is another 3-year match. I also, coming into this, I said there would be no title changes, except for this. Well, there's not a title change because nobody had the title. This event was basically a very glorified house show. It was a house show in Saudi Arabia. And well, listen, I give it credit. WWE, if you go to the network and you watch, they had the WrestleMania level production. I mean, the lights, lasers, the way the ring was set up, the sets, the fireworks. But I don't know. Sometimes that does too much. That takes away. That takes away. I think it's too much glitter. Sometimes it's good to just scale it back a little bit. But WWE is very high in production. It costs a lot of money, but they don't care, because obviously they're making money hand over fist with these events, these special events. And by the way, they're going to have another one of these types of special events later in October in South America, which is supposedly going to break the wrestling attendance record, over 100,000 people. So we'll see how that goes. So in the U.S. Championship title match, Jeff Hardy beat Trash Mahal. It looks like that Trash Mahal's push is over. This was a very sloppy match. Big botches. Go back and watch it. And then I think the best match of the night would have to be the Intercontinental title match. Oh yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers of Harper and Rowan. They also defeated the Usos to retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Just very, very bland matches, very predictable. And then, as you see in front of you, there was as I said, the Intercontinental Championship ladder match with Seth Rollins, Miz, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe. Great, very good match, proper action packed. I think all participants did well. There was the spot of the match was this at the end, very reminiscent of Shelton Benjamin. You see Balor was climbing up to the ladder, and then Seth Rollins. You can't see it on here, but maybe you can see it on here on the TV screen from the arena. He went from the top rope and jumped onto the ladder, knocked off Balor, and retrieved his title to retain the championship, the Continental Championship. Listen, I think this is a big moment for Seth Rollins' career. Whether you know it, I know it, he knows it, WWE knows it. He now has the IC title. It's the Intercontinental title was always the working title, the working man's title, meaning that was the title that was always on TV and got defended a lot. Take advantage of this. Have Seth Rollins showcase the Intercontinental Championship on Raw. I mean, they did it for Cena, the U.S. Open Challenge. They did it for. They tried to do it with Roman Reigns. Why can't they do this with the Rollins? He's one of the best workers in the ring. I think it would have added something to it. Then we move on to WrestleMania rematch for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles against Nakamura. Nakamura now, as you know, is a heel. He's no longer king of strong style. He's king of the low blows. Maybe he likes touching AJ Styles' balls. He loves to give him low blows. I like the heel Nakamura. It brings out more aggression in him. And if you notice, his expressions are even more pronounced. They even gave him this past week on SmackDown a remix of his song. I think WWE is trying to get away from the crowd, the sing-along crowd singing to his theme. They want to see if he can get over on himself. Maybe that's why. I don't know. That's a catch-22 for WWE. These fancy produced and popular entrance themes, but then when the match starts, these people look at their phones. The typical of the fans today, of the culture today. Even this crowd was throughout the show. This crowd was pretty much dead. I don't know if they knew what to expect. I don't know if they if what was allowed to be cheered. You got to remember, this is a different country. This is a different world. This might as well be when Star Trek, the Enterprise, goes to another galaxy and has a show for the Klingons or something like that. Very different crowd, very different culture. And if you notice, there was no women allowed. Right. No women allowed because it's Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the most extremist form of Islam, was Wahhabism. And they're still stuck in the dinosaur ages. What I didn't like about this was WWE. They try to force feed the women's revolution down our throats, but they will take Saudi Arabia's money and go and put on a show there, right? No, I don't think there was any women even in attendance. I see some, but who knows? Actually, maybe you can see some in the audience here. I think children. But I don't know. Very far and few between. This is an okay match. I don't. So it's like this feud now has a bad taste because it was so overhyped going to WrestleMania that this is going to be a 6-star match from all the bubble dwellers. You can't overhype matches like that. Save it for your video games. Save it for W2K18. Your fantasies are not reality. And your fantasies aren't forced on other people. It was okay. It was an okay match. Where's the 6-star match? Where's the 5-star match I'm supposed to see? Even with AJ Styles, who's the best wrestler in the world right now. I don't see it with Nakamura. Maybe WWE signed him way past his prime. Anyway, moving on. It was a double countout. Again, to be continued. What do you want? What do you want from this? What do you expect from this show anyway? I'm telling you, this was a glorified house show. So another anticipated match was Undertaker versus Rusev. This match, from the beginning, first of all, we didn't even know if Undertaker was gonna ever wrestle just a month ago. He wrestled at WrestleMania. He showed up at WrestleMania. He beat Cena in a couple minutes. Then they announced this match, which was a casket match against Rusev. Then Rusev got pulled. Jericho was put into this match. Then Jericho got pulled. Who knows? I don't even know what's going on anymore. Rusev Day is over, but of course everybody, including Rusev, knew he was gonna go down as that tweet that many say that's what caused him to get pulled in the first place. When he tweeted, "Bury me softly, brother." I doubt it. That was just a friendly acknowledgement of respect to The Undertaker. It was okay. Like I said before, as much as this crowd was quiet throughout, and maybe at times it felt like they didn't know what to cheer, they knew who to cheer. They knew who to cheer. They knew to cheer the good talent, the real talent, and boo the trash. Rusev, good. He's very good in the ring. I like him. I wish the WWE could do more with him. The Undertaker, of course, won this match. He threw both Rusev and Aiden English in the casket, thus burying them and winning. Undertaker's back. Listen, he still looks old, but he's moving well. I don't know. So, definitely not the last of the dead man, as I said last year, right? When I was crazy. Then, of course, we had one of the most anticipated matches, which was defending Universal Champ Brock Lesnar against Roman. The anxiety that this has produced in wrestling circles for the last year, when the dirt sheets announced that Roman was going to beat Lesnar at WrestleMania, which we know he didn't, and then this quick rematch, people said, "Oh, well, this is WWE's way of putting the title on Reigns in a different country so he won't get booed." I called bullshit on it. I told everybody that why waste WrestleMania? Why make Roman lose at WrestleMania and make him win in Saudi Arabia on a show that barely nobody's going to watch, and a lot of people didn't even know was going to be on. And guess what? They booed Roman. They even quieted the crowd as soon as Roman's theme hit. You heard the boos. Brock got cheered. Tough. This is I don't know who put this match together. This is a battle of signature moves and finishing moves. This match the story of this match that WWE told was both of these guys are real tough. They could take as much punishment as they could take. It doesn't matter. It ended when Roman speared Brock through the cage. They both went out, but Brock landed first, so he was declared the winner. Listen, before we get on to the other match, listen. If you can't see the signals, they don't want Roman. They don't want Roman as champion. It's been 2 years. Okay, he's not over. He's not popular. He's not getting the reaction they want. They're not going to turn him heel. If you go back and watch this match when he does his fist, when he slams his fist into the mat at the beginning of the match, did you see the fireworks display that caused? That's a lot of money. They invested a lot of money in him. They're not going to just throw him away. They can't now, but that's their problem. And now it's just damage control. Now WWE is going to have to find creative ways to keep Roman warm. They're not going to cool him off. They're just going to keep him warm and ready to strike in case they need him again. This is an okay match. I was okay. I don't like the way it was structured. It's not Brock's fault. So very quickly, I ran out of time. This is the 50-man Royal Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble. A lot of things happened. Daniel Bryan set the record for longest time inside the Royal Rumble, 76 minutes, 10 seconds. Braun broke the record for eliminations in a single Royal Rumble with 13. This is very long. a 50 man of battle royal. Come on, listen, they just wanted. I understand WWE wanted to feature all their stars. There was some good spots in here. Orton was good with that Apollo Crews. The funniest was Titus O'Neil tripped running into the ring. He almost slid under the ring. That was funny. One thing that's going to this was what does the winner of Royal Rumble get? Nothing. I think they gave looked like Braun got a green belt. Was that right? I don't know. I didn't watch didn't watch the end. As soon as he won, I just shut it off. Note Big Cass, who returned and is feuding with Bryan. He eliminated Bryan with boots, sent Bryan over the top. Big Cass, it looks good as a heel. I'm very good to see that match with him and Bryan. Okay, thank you. I'm out of time. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.